Well, let's continue watching this story, International Nurses Day, and the frontline workers will gather in Middelburg, that's in Mpumalanga, to commemorate International Nurses Day. The event, organized by the Democratic Nurses Organization of South Africa and the Provincial Health Department, will highlight some of the challenges faced by health workers during this difficult time of COVID-19. For more on this, let's speak now to Mweli Masilela, our reporter in Mpumalanga. Mweli, very good morning to you. So just listening to that representative from DINOSA, the acting General Secretary, he is still complaining about the rollout of PPE, and yet we are in the second year dealing with COVID-19. How is it that this is the case?
Certainly, Koli, there's no doubt that health workers will use this year's commemoration to highlight some of the challenges that they are still facing in the health sector. And as you can hear from the bite that you've been just playing now, it is very clear that the problems have been there. It is not only now that we are battling the COVID-19 pandemic. And here in Middelburg, where the health workers will be gathering for that particular celebration, I can see that already nurses have started to arrive here, and it was expected that the official program will start at 10 a.m. But then looking into the current situation in the country, whereby already more than 1,500,000 South Africans contracted the virus, and we ended up losing about 50,000 citizens of this country, it is very clear that health workers are confronted with a difficult situation whereby they're in the front line trying to make sure that they do everything possible to prevent the loss of life. And we know that already, even on the side of health workers as well, many lives have been lost already. That is why some of the leaders who have already went through into the hall here are saying that indeed they want the frontline workers to be prioritized. We know that in this particular province alone, about 17,000 healthcare workers have already been inoculated, and they are now preparing for the second phase of the rollout of the vaccines. And we know that the Department of Health here, in as far as that second phase of the rollout is concerned, has already launched a system that will help in registering senior citizens of this province to make sure that they know exactly in terms of the service centers as to how many people need to be attended to. So we'll listen to some of the speeches from the leadership of the Democratic Organization of South Africa, as they're the ones leading the celebrations today in conjunction with the officials from the Department of Health. But indeed, we are expecting to still hear about those challenges that they are highlighting, to say that there are still problems with the issue of protective equipment on the side of healthcare workers, and also the shortage of staff is also one of the biggest challenges, because they are saying that some of the health workers had to be diverted from concentrating in other sectors within the health department, because now this COVID-19 issue had to be attended to, and that is compromising attendance to other diseases, especially the issue of tuberculosis. So we will hear from inside what exactly are the main challenges that these health workers here are facing.
Live for us in Middelburg, that's in Mpumalanga. Very, very spot on indeed, because at some point I remember the deputy president in Mpumalanga talking to healthcare workers on the other areas of healthcare at the time that were being flagged as being neglected, in particular, as Mweli points out, TB and the issue of HIV/AIDS. I'm sure we'll continue to talk to Mweli throughout the day as nurses around the world observe International Nurses Day, which is being commemorated at a time that healthcare systems globally are under strain.